Hoodie guy coming back here with another one. Well, yesterday Michael Saylor said, what if we start adding green dots? And lots of people were commenting Kaspa, whether mostly people that shared Michael Saylor's post. But when you look, what they did was that they added saying they're having 1.44 billion in U.S. reserves to pay out dividends on some of their financial products, and they bought a few more Bitcoin to get them to 650,000. But in my opinion, maybe if they liked Kaspa, they would buy some on the sly. Personally, maybe somehow they could do it without reporting it. But they have $55 billion worth of Bitcoin and a bunch of financial products that are based around Bitcoin. So if they announced that they had Kaspa, their stock might have a huge sell-off because people would not like them doing anything besides Bitcoin. You saw that Mara just has other digital assets basically on their balance sheet instead of saying Kaspa because they got a lot of blowback, and they're a lot smaller than Strategy. So in my opinion, they wouldn't announce it. That's where the thumbnail get real. Now, seasonality is not played out, and when you look at this cycle, now if you even go back to the bear market, I think when it went down under 19,000 or whatever, it went down to 16.5 in the bear market. It never been down below the previous all-time high, not the 69,000, but the one from the 2018 cycle top. And then it never, hit an all-time high prior to the halving. Did this time. Pretty much, if you look back at the post-halving years, October is good. 2021, October was good. November, December sucked. 2017, all three, October, November, December, was good. You can see that we basically had the second worst, since 2013, and they've been tracking it here on CoinGlass. Set down 17% for November. December's off to start. You never know. Here in a little bit, after I'm posting it, iBet trading, the stock market opens up. There's pre-market trading, but after, the market will open up, and sometimes it can move up or down. And then there's all those 30 metrics like Pi cycle top indicator. None of that stuff hits. So either the four-year cycle, I mean, technically, if 126 was the top, then if you look at the days post-halving, that would hold up. But none of the cycle, none of those tops, indicators got hit. Doesn't mean, they could be shot. Altcoin season never really happened. Now, part of about get real is like, people are just having fun, like saying like Saylor's going to start talking about Kaspa or Yonatan's Satoshi, which I don't think he is. But if you just say that there's really not a lot of good proof of work projects out there. Now, Bitcoin's the big dog, strong hash rate, and everything's all messed up right here on F2 pool. But there's a couple privacies, Monero, Zcash, Dogecoin. No one's doing what Kaspa's doing on the base layer with like vprogs and things like that. On the horizon, even with that, it maybe never overtakes Bitcoin. But the more that people invest in Bitcoin and have their structure on there, they're going to be tied into that and not be able to switch. But you just stay focused on the technology is coming, when it's going to come out, how it comes out. We don't know. There's pretty much no one knows anything. I mean, white swan events, black swan events. There's some stuff that the charts won't, tell you. Stay focused on what can happen with vprogs. That could take it to the next level. You can see, I guess, Japanese 2-year yield rises to 1% for the first time since 2008. Some people think that with Japan raising the interest rates, that might unwind some of that, some of that yen carry trade where people are just borrowing yen basically for no cost almost, and then buying stocks or whatever. Here you can see standing repo facility. It just tapped for $25 billion. So it does seem like that they're having to put more liquidity out there. And obviously a lot of people were talking about this. It didn't seem like they talk about that, but the manufacturing index, where Bitcoin price goes a lot with that matches up a little bit more than, you can see a lot of correlation there. And it's been 8 months under 50. We'll just see. I don't know exactly. My instinct's saying that it feels like that there's going to be some macro events that make the market go up in these coming months. Doesn't mean that December might be bad. technically quantitative tightening ends today, doesn't mean that anything really changes right off the bat, but it does feel like that to keep the system going, that the Fed has to keep pumping more liquidity. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today, but in the coming months, it feels like there's going to have to be some liquidity injected into the system so that there's water to let everything flow down the aqueduct. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching and have a good day.